All right, all right, all right. All right, so literally the ban list just dropped like yesterday at like 9, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought that sleeping on it would make me not hate this list as much. I was wrong. This list is still fucking awful. All right, so let's go over the absolute what like I just I don't even know what to say, man. It's just so bad. All right, let's start from the beginning. Forbidden. I see no Snake Eye cards. That's already bad. I don't see Gimmick Puppet. That's bad. Like strike 2. I don't see Calamities. So strike 3. So like one job, and they literally fumbled the bag at every turn. And then I see fucking Link Kariba. Are you, bro? Of all the extra cards in fucking Snake Eye that you could hit, you hit fucking Link Karibo. What? Why? This card, like, bro, why this? You couldn't have hit like fucking Promethean Princess? Like what? Like why? I just, of all the things you hit this. Wow. Yeah, bro. Snake Eye totally got cooked with that. All right, moving on. Baron de Fleur. All right. Why is this here? The best Snake Eye variant didn't even play the Synchros. They played Fire King Snake Eye, which was just the better build because it just played around interruptions a million times better, and also didn't lose to like 2 interruptions. And Borload Staff. That one's just like, why? It's like, bro, that's not even played in like combo piles. Like, he's like, also, I just, I just want to drink myself into a fucking grave, dude. These are awful. We actually just got hard cucked. Not a single Snake Eye hit. They didn't even give us a fucking Sanctifier ban. Like, why? Like, Sanctifier is literally, it's like, you can even mill, you know what's crazy? You can literally play the stun deck and literally just mill out Joggin with fucking Branded Fusion. Sanctifier special the, like, Joggin. It's so dumb, dude. Like, why? Why did we not hit Sanctifier? Oh. So with no Snake Eye hits, no Sanctifier, no Calamities. That's already pretty bad. And then Summon Limit. All right, that's actually a good hit. I'll give him that. That's a good hit. That's actually a good hit. The literal only good hit on this entire ban on the Forbidden side of the list. I don't know why Savage got hit. Barone. Honestly, I think that's probably worse for the game. Because, like, I would be fine with this if Nib got banned. But the problem is, with Barone gone, that just means, like, every deck just loses to Nib now. Which is funny. I remember when this list first dropped and people were like gassing up Sword Soul. Like, oh yeah, bro, Sword Soul is going to be real in this format. And it's like, no, it isn't. It's literally a 1 out of 3 chance to auto lose to Nib. And there's literally nothing your deck can do about it. I literally, it was funny too. Because I literally saw a video of like a Snake Eye versus Sword Soul game. And literally game 1, Nib, pass. Snake Eye won. Game 2. Snake Eye, like they put, because they were running like going second Sword Soul, which I'm going to be real. Going second Sword Soul sounds awful. Like that really just does not sound good. But yeah, they were running going second Sword Soul. So they put their opponent on go first. Opponent went first, did standard Snake Eye combo. Pass. Sword Soul draws for turn. They like thrust into Dark Ruler no more. Blank the board. And they like out of the board by hitting the Fire King Island, pop their entire board, but then Snake Eye got like all of their effects off. They like the Promethean, the Garunix, like the Flame Birds, they had Kieran in hand, and like everything else. So like already that's pretty bad. But then literally the opponent topped it off with a Nibiru, and at that point like you literally just can't win. Honestly, Nibiru being in the game with like Flame Birds is just awful. Because like Flamebird Nibiru is actually just an OTK versus every deck in the format. Because it literally means if Snake Eye goes first and they like get to the Flamebird, you literally have to somehow kill them through 4 bodies. And like that's just not real. Like you're not gonna kill them through 4 bodies. They're also gonna get, because they're gonna get like the bodies, and they're gonna get like Snake Eye Ash will add another level 1 to their hand, and then Poplar will grab another Sinful Spoils spell or trap. So that's like they're literally plussing 6 just from 1 Nibiru. And then like you have to so you have to have enough body, like enough board presence to even like get to 5 summons under the interruptions. And then even if you somehow manage to like break the board, they just nib you. And at that point, use like 1,000,000% hard lose. Because like there's just, you don't have anything else in the tank. Like what deck has enough gas after that? Like no deck, like, nothing. So yeah, this is terrible. So yeah, all I saw is Nib's just gonna be like a very fair and balanced card. And Sword Soul is not a real deck because Protoss came back. A lot of people were coping and saying that Sword Soul is good again. Literally, if you're a Sword Soul player, you literally 1,000,000% of the time always pick Valur and not Protoss. Because Valur made it so you can actually play around Nib, and also made it like you can play going second because you just go first action Long Young, special token, immediately synchro for Valur. And if they out it, you still have normal summon to play. So yeah. Yeah, so Protoss is like not good. Like obviously it's one of those cards. It's like it's a Saki Floodgate card that's like gonna win you a game every now and then. Because like that's just the nature of Saki Floodgate cards. But the thing is, it's one of those cards that's only good if you're already winning. So you get the win die roll. Your opponent has to not have Nib. And then like they drop Protoss. Alright, sure. Call fire. And like, okay, you auto win versus Snake Eyes. Except not even really, because the thing is, they have to, if they have like Dia Bellstar, which is like a 50% chance to open Dia Bellstar in 6. Actually, it's like higher. It's like 56, I think. Because you'll have 6 cards. They have that, and they nibbed you. Even if you get to the Protoss, you still actually just hard lose, which is funny. Because they just make SP, banish the Protoss. And like at that point, you're kind of just hoping that they don't have any interruptions for your follow-up. Because they have like an out to beat Taya, then you're probably cooked anyway. So yeah, this deck's just not real. Title, Dragon Ruler Waterfalls, whatever. Thunder Dragon Colossus, dude, I need to know what Konami intern was tweaking on the sauce. Because there's no way someone really thought Thunder Dragon Colossus could come back. No way, bro. Dude, why? Of all the decks you could have of all the cards you could have cooked on the ban list, why on God's earth did you pick Colossus? Nobody likes this card except degenerate players. This card's awful. It's literally a mistake on crack. Dude, Floodgates, like people complain about Omni Negates on like monsters. It's like, bro, I'd rather verse Omni Negates 1,000,000 times over than literal Floodgates. That's actually so awful. Ugh. You know what's crazy too? You can literally run this in Sprite, which is kind of funny. Like you can literally just like run Runic Sprite and just tech in like Thunder Dragon cards. Activate like Thunder Dragon OG, get like 2 random bricks, and then like use any of your sprites to make Colossus on these typical sprite end board, which is kind of crazy, I'm not even gonna lie. You can even cheat this out with Nemesis into the whatever it's called. You can Nemesis flag into the Wind Thunder Nemesis. I forget what it's called, but yeah, you can do that. And Nemesis flag is searchable via Bonfire, which is hilarious. Actually hilarious. Magispector Unicorn Kieran. Fair enough. Yeah, I think this is fine. I don't think anyone's like super salty about that one. I will say though, Magispector is always going to be bad. Because again, going back into what I was talking about, how like every deck just loses to Nib now. Magispector literally loses to Nib. Literally this deck does nothing versus Nib. You literally can't end on any negates, which means that this deck always just hard loses. I remember versing Magispector, and like they got like full combo, had 5 monsters on board, literally had like 3 spell traps. I nibbed them during end phase, and they just lost because it's like, oh wow, all my back row, and that's like the worst part too, is like it's like Salmon Great, where like losing the monsters not only hurts because you just lost all your monsters, but then also your back row is also dead. Because like all your back row requires that you control a wind spellcaster, I believe. So then it's like so like the nib not only kills your board, but it also just kills your back row on top. So like the nib just gets so much value for no reason. So yeah, like yeah, this card's not gonna fix that problem. So yeah, whatever, that's fine. Chicken game? Alright, alright. I don't know who they got to make this list, bro. Chicken game? Really? Why on God's earth would you bring that one back of all cards, bro? Why are we supporting FTKs? Oh my god, dude, no. I don't want to be in a world where fucking chicken game is legal, dude. I'm so tired of this list. Oh, this list is so garbage, bro. Anti-spell fragrance. That's actually a good hit. God. Semi-limited. Armageddon Night. I'm not even gonna lie. Armageddon Night coming to 2 sounds kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. That sounds kind of a... That sounds... I don't know about that one. Early Delicious Memory. Whatever. Fair enough. Then to 3. Destiny Hero Malicious. 3 Maui. I don't know about that one, Chief. 3 Malicious sounds crazy, but I don't know. I don't know, man. That sounds awful. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be something insane. Like, you run Armageddon Night at 2, and then, like... See, that's kind of... I would need to think about it. Because that sounds kind of saucy in Virtual World. Like, you make Beatrice, you mail out the Maui, and then Maui, you have, like, effectively 2 ranks, or, like, 2 extenders. That sounds kind of nice. That sounds super nice. I don't know. I feel like 3 Maui is just not real. I feel like that's going to go back to 2, like, next format or, like, the format after that. Because 3 Maui sounds kind of crazy, especially with 2 Armageddon Night. Harp to 3. They don't even bother putting it to 2 and just said, yeah, fuck it, just go to 3. Like, no one's playing Orcus, fair enough. Terratop to 3? I don't know about Terratop to 3. That's kind of crazy, too. This card's literally just, like, a free generic extender. And also, I don't know, PK looking kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. There might be some goo with PK. That sounds really nice. And then Engage 3. Dude, I am so tired of Striker. Like, every format there's Striker kids coping on this bad deck. I'm so tired of it. I'm like so tired of Striker, bro. Literally, if you play Striker, just play Runic. It's literally just better. It's literally just better in every conceivable way. But yeah, closing thoughts on the ban list. It's awful. They didn't hit any of, like, they literally didn't hit any meta-relevant decks at all. Literally, not, like, they didn't even lub tap them. Like, they didn't even, like, the top 5 best decks of the format are Snake Eye. They didn't hit it. Branded. They didn't even hit Sanctifier. Like, they didn't hit anything. Runic didn't hit anything except Floodgates, which, like, Runic didn't even play Summon Limit to begin with, so, like, whatever. Labyrinth, they didn't hit anything. Voiceless Voice, they didn't hit anything. Like, they literally didn't hit anything in the top 5 best decks in a tier 0 format. Like, what? And people are hyping this list like, oh yeah, bro, it's so good. The list was insane. It's like, what? Well, the list was definitely insane. I'll tell you that much, though. The list was definitely insane. Insane because someone genuinely thought this was, like, a good list. This list is awful. I don't get why Konami... I mean, I already knew that, like, they wouldn't hit anything in Snake Eyes, or if they did hit anything, it'd be, like, the dumbest shit. It'd be like, oh, Snake Eye Ash to 2, and that's, like, the only hit. But it's like, they even like give us a love tap. They didn't even like bother like making an optics hit. They would just said, oh yeah, fuck it. Let's just be transparent about it. It's like, dude, Konami constantly prioritizing profit over just like the health of the game actually just gets so annoying for no reason. Like, dude, you do realize health of the game is directly tied to profit, right? Like, the healthier the game is, the more people will want to actually buy cards and play in real life. No one likes tier 0 formats. But for some reason, Konami's just hellbent on, like, well, we gotta push product by making the game shittier. So we're just not gonna hit any of the Snake Eye shit. And we get to enjoy another, like, at least 3 to 6 months of unadulterated tier 0 Snake Eyes. Stick. And then when Infinite Forbidden drops in, like, 4 months, we get to enjoy Gimmick Puppet FTK because they didn't hit any of the Gimmick Puppet shit, and they also didn't hit Puppet. So even if you, like, somehow, like, you have, what is it, Hanawada, and you don't get burned to death, they just Gimmick Puppet lock you, and you can't play anyway. Stick. So we just lose. All they did was hit random synchro decks, like, that weren't even good, and, like, even on a casual level, because all those decks just lost to Nib, lost to Droll, lost to, like, hand traps in general. Like, this is awful. This is an awful list. I don't get why. Yeah, this is just terrible. Also, Chicken, I still can't get over it. They really brought Chicken Game and Colossus. That's just not real. And Protoss, bro, this is just, bro, this actually seems like a customs list. This actually seems like a customs list, bro. This is awful. But yeah, this list is terrible. Upcoming format's gonna be real fun because literally it's gonna be Snake Eyes again. The only positive I can say is that at least homogenizes the Snake board and Snake Eyes end board, so that way you know what to play. So because back in the day it was really annoying. I say back in the day when it was literally like a week ago, but you get my point. Like back in the day, back in my day, you used to like you have to like like what board breakers you played was heavily dependent on like what build they're on. Because if they're on the Fire King Snake Eye build, Droplet was terrible. Because they just like, Droplet just doesn't do anything because their end board's like what, Anvil Whale, Flamebird, and then IP in the Spell and Trap Zone. Like Droplet just actually doesn't do anything. They have like 20 interruptions from the graveyard and from the hand, so that like Droplet really just doesn't do anything. And then if they were on the Synchro build, then like Droplet's really good, but cards like Soul Release are bad. So like Soul Release was good versus Pure, or not Pure. It was good versus Fire King, but terrible versus Pure or slash Jet Synchron. And then it was the inverse for like the other way. So it was like Droplet's really good versus the Jet Synchron variant because you just know the Omni negates. But it was really, really bad versus just Pure, or not Pure, Fire King Snake Eye. Because like you just don't hit anything good. Like I guess you stop the IP, which is like who cares? IP is like not that good. IP and SP is just like not that real. And they still have like the Cure, and they still have like the Promethean, the Arvata, like all the gas. And then all the follow-up, which is like the big thing was the follow-up. So I guess homogenizing the end board's nice because they just like one Soul Release cooks them. That's cool. But like Snake Eyes is still going to be ungodly consistent. And honestly, I already thought like Fire King Snake Eyes was just the best build because it was like way better at playing interruptions and also just way better going second. And now it's pretty much, oh, now you just have to play the best build. Woe is me. Yeah, you still play literally all of the cards. Oh no, you cut down on some hand traps and put the Fire King package in. What a fucking shame. Tier 0, right? Like tier negative 5 million, right? Oh. I'm still hoping this is somehow like a really late April Fool's joke, and they drop and like they just hit us with the enough of this. It was funny trolling you guys, but you know, a nice bait. You all fell for the bait, but here's like the real fucking list. Please, I know it's not gonna happen, but I can cope because honestly, this list is terrible. Another 4 months of tier 0 Snake Eye format sounds really fucking fun. Ugh. I want to die.